Saying goodbye to the, what is this? I don't know, bald something shelter. I don't know. I can't ever remember. All these names, I can't keep them all straight in my head. No something. No Business Knob Shelter is the destination for tonight, unless I get real frisky and decide to walk all the way to Irwin, which would be 17 miles, something I've never done. We'll see. I'm running out of food, so I got one more dinner and some bars, one of those complete cookies and some other weird thing I bought. So there's that. So here we are in one of the storm damaged zones that blew the trees uphill. So it's a pretty strong wind that came through, and there would have been a path for this on several of the other mountains as well. So we're going to get to see more and more of this as we go into Irwin. Now, coming up out of Hot Springs, you see some of it as well. And the North Carolina trail maintainers, they worked extremely hard to get this trail reopened in time for hiking season. But the thing that you got to know is that these trees falling, well, one thing it did was give a little bit of a view here, which you would not have had otherwise. But it also gave life to the undergrowth to come in. It's going to fill up the space, and the trees will become part of the forest. Over time, all the mushrooms and all that other stuff will grow off of them. So that cycle of life is just going to keep continuing. So life goes on. And just like in the movie Jurassic Park, where the guy, I can't think of the actor's name, but he played the fly. He said, life finds a way. And it's true. It does. And it goes on. It goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. So even in the midst of devastation, you've got new life. All right, going back to what I said about life finds a way. Take a look at this tree. Obviously got cut down during the storm, Helene. It has sprouted new growth all over itself because it wants to live. Look at this tree, man. Obviously the roots are still pulling some nutrients from the soil. It'll be interesting in a few years to see what comes of it. See if it's enough. Pretty cool. There's a leaning blaze for you. Been lots of fallen blazes from the storm damage. Walking through some more devastation zone. All down through there. Trees are down. Yeah, I'm still way up. Way up on a hill. For me, this is therapy. If you remember, I am walking to support a charity. And it is the Be Positive Foundation. It's a children's cancer charity that actually helped pay some medical bills when my son was dealing with Ewing sarcoma cancer, which of course eventually it took him out. But there are probably thousands of families that are still dealing with that, and they're struggling with their bills and trying to pay those bills and deal with a child with cancer. And it's not a fun place to be. And I basically told work, look, I got to take some time off because I had to go through the death of my son and close his casket and carry his casket to its final place and throw roses on it, all that stuff. it's not fun. And from there, I had to take care of my mother, and last year was pretty much almost full-time caregiver. I was at home. And so it seems like every 5 years I go through some major tragedy. And if I look back on my life, that's what I see. That's what seems to go on. But the trail is good for that heartache and sorrow. And I would be lying if I said that I didn't just outright sob several times on the trail so far, because you can't hold that emotion in. Now, I know a lot of men, we man up, and a lot of women won't respect a man if they know he's had to cry. They want to see him. So you can do it alone out here, and nobody to hear you but the trees and the birds. And you got to let that stuff out so that it doesn't come out in an unhealthy way. Well, I made it to No Business Knob Shelter, the hiker graffiti board. I drew that fantastic little triquetra there with the bear thing in the middle. That's going to be me. Once again, this will be my 5th night in a shelter along this section between Hot Spring and Irwin. Nobody else to share it with, nobody to talk to. It's just been me. Let me turn this off. I think I'm the last no-bow hiker on the trail. I would not be surprised. Good night. First day of our 2025 section hike was perfect, lovely weather, flowers, and salamander, fox hiding bird nest in right corner of the shelter. Yes, it is, when facing it from outside. Goldilocks. Now, I'll tell you a story about Goldilocks while I'm looking out the shelter here. Goldilocks was someone that I met in the Smokies, and she was traveling with her younger female friends. I guess she was just section hiking. I didn't know that. But I think I saw her at Trail Days. Not sure. I got to witness... Let me change this to red here. I'll flip it. I got to witness the awesome power of nature on Miss Goldilocks. Miss Goldilocks talked a lot while she was walking down the trail. A lot. She talked, talking to her friends the entire time. So I left early in the morning from Camp 13 in the Smokies, and she had left before me. And when I got to the top, she was just there, completely silent, awestruck at the view. So I got to witness the power of nature taking over human nature. It was pretty damn cool.